Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at the 1987 Headmaster Snapdragon. Snapdragon was actually one of the horrorcons, and as I say there were two of them released at the same time, and they were triple changing Headmasters. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a look at him in all of his modes. I'm going to show you things that you need to be aware of if you have to purchase him one yourself, and of course we'll have a look at his accessories because he's got quite a few. And of course we'll have a quick look at the packaging at the end as well. So as I've already mentioned, he was a horrorcon headmaster, and what this meant was that he could turn into some sort of reptile or dinosaur, as well as your standard robot and another alternate mode. What we're going to do then, let's have a quick look at the robot, and I think the robot mode is quite impressive, to be fair. It is a bit chunky, there's not a huge amount of articulation, but you can, as I say, move the arms up and down there, you can move the legs and at the knee joints. And the big thing obviously with these Headmasters is the fact that the head transforms into a robot, a big robot's head, and into the monster's head as well. With it being a Headmaster, you can pull down the thing at the front, and there you've got his readings as well as the tech spec on the back of the box. So, as I say, things to be aware of is that due to the colour of him, with age sometimes they tend to get horrendous sun fade, and they tend to go a bit yellow. I've got a bit of that on the monster one, which I'll show you in a second. But obviously you would need his head with him being a headmaster, otherwise he'd look horrendous. And of course the weapons, they're not necessarily needed to display in robot mode, but he's got two guns, and as you'll see when we move on to the jet mode now, he's got two fins. Now I've not pushed them all the way down, that's because the contents in here are pretty much unused. But here he is in one of his alternate modes, a lovely streamlined jet, and you can see straight away the stickers on this are going to be important. So I mean, you could get repo labels if you wanted to, but if you're buying one to display in this mode, you need the nice shiny stickers. So you've got the two tail fins there, you've got two guns as well on the underside, and of course you've got your pilot, Crunk as his name is. So as I say, he can literally be a pilot, sit there in the cockpit, there we go, while he's in his alternate jet mode. And so if you're going to display him in jet mode and you didn't have the Headmaster, that's about the only mode that you could display him in without it being too detrimental to how the figure looked. So the Headmaster itself, it's got movable arms and movable legs, which is really good, to be fair, especially considering the Target Masters, obviously they're Nebulon partners, you couldn't move anything on them really. So we're going to move over to the oddly looking dinosaur. Not sure what it is, if it's supposed to be like a theropod. He's got big huge jaws. So one thing to be aware of with Crunk is sometimes that these can be very, very loose, and of course it'll hang open there. You'll get away with it while he's in robot mode, but not so much while he's in this beast mode. And because he's so awkwardly looking, sometimes he's quite hard to actually balance. If I turn him around this way, you'll see that he's not as shiny as the other ones. He has got a bit of the old, as I say, sun fade on him, but you can see yourself how you want to display them. I mean, the good thing is he's obviously got three modes, so you can choose depending on how you want to display. I think the robot mode overall though is the one that does look a little bit more impressive. I mean, you can tell it's a jet, obviously. There's a load of, as I say, jet kibble at the back, shall we say, but it doesn't come off. The only thing that's negative about that is, as you can tell, it's a lot of weight on the back, so you might need to counterbalance it. If it gets loose, sometimes he'll topple over, so you need good strong leg joints with that. But overall, I mean, I think he's a fantastic figure. He's literally just been re-released under the Generations line, so as I say, he's got gaining a lot of popularity. I'm going to quickly just move these so we can have a look at the packaging. So as I've mentioned, 1987 Headmasters. This is the Japanese box, obviously, not the standard Hasbro one, so you can even see there it says Headmasters, so he appeared as well in the Headmasters cartoon. D was for Destron, and ironically enough, look, he's number 100, which is quite good. Again, they've got the styrofoam, polystyrene instead of the bubbles, and I've mentioned before it's proved a much better decision, as some mint and seal box Autobot cars are now falling out of their bubbles, which isn't the greatest if you're a collector. Looking at the back, here is the famous Headmasters battle scene with the huge Titans, Fortress Maximus and Scorponok, and then pretty much all your Headmasters there, Chrome Dome, Ape Face, and I think that's that's Misfire there. I was going to say it's the clones, but it is Misfire. Great battle scene, great figure. As I say, it doesn't matter which version you get, the Takara or the Hasbro, they are both identical. The decision is yours though on how you want to display them, depends which mode you prefer, but hopefully, as I say, by looking at this you can make that decision for yourself. And again, as I say, fantastic figure, just recently re-released by Hasbro as part of, as I say, the Generations line. I hope you enjoyed looking at him. If you've got any suggestions, please let me know, and take care and subscribe for more.